This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Afternoon Update for Thursday, June 18th. So glad you can join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Topping the news, police are investigating the suspected murder of a 21-year-old man. According to police spokesman David Welch, Dion Andre Howard of Gordon Road, Station Hill, St. Michael, died at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital early this morning from a gunshot wound. He received emergency surgery last night after he was shot in the torso at the same address around 11 p.m. He was taken to hospital by a private vehicle. Lawmen are investigating a shooting incident that has left businessman Elvis Graham nursing several gunshot wounds. Graham was shot multiple times at his Rendezvous Christchurch establishment known as the Monster Grill and Bar. He was rushed to hospital where he was scheduled to undergo emergency surgery. In other news, Barbados is among 30 of the world's worst offending tax havens. That's according to the European Union's first international blacklist released yesterday. Bridgetown is listed with a number of Caribbean countries, including Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Belize, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, Grenada, Montserrat, Panama, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, Turks and Caicos, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Each country on the blacklist was suggested by at least 10 EU member states as problematic. EU Economic Affairs Commissioner Pierre Moscovici says the international list is part of its crackdown on multinational companies trying to avoid paying tax within the Union, and it was a decisive step aimed at these countries to be more cooperative and adopt international standards. The savings bonds now on sale by the Central Bank of Barbados is not of an investment grade. That's according to former Prime Minister Owen Arthur. The independent member of Parliament for St. Peter and former Finance Minister told the House last night that the government had exhausted its financing options and was now asking residents to capitalize on the bonds, which he says are not worthwhile investments.
It has virtually run out of financing options. And if it is going to tell the ordinary man and woman that I represent in St. Peter that stop putting your money in the banks because you're dropping the interest rates at the banks and put them in saving bonds, then it has a duty, I think, also to tell them that the bonds that we're inviting you to buy have been regarded as not being of an investment grade. And that is, whenever the central bank comes on and tells people, as it's now doing, come and buy these bonds, I think it has a duty, like how the Surgeon General puts a thing out, that these things can be dangerous to your health. And I only ask that. It is a good idea, but it makes sense if you're inviting ordinary people to take up these bonds that are not, and I'm not calling them junk, so I don't like that word. They are not worthwhile investments.
Meantime, opposition MP Dale Marshall tells the government that it is infringing on a fundamental human right when it demands that workers first produce a tax certificate in order to work.
Section 9 of the Medical Registration Act, sir. Pay your fee, and only then can you work. Section 7 of the Section 3 of the Pharmacy Act, same thing. Travel Services, Section 24, pay your fee or else you cannot sell a plane ticket. Veterinary Surgeons, Section 9. The Nurses Registration Act, so every single one of them, you are required to pay your fee before you are able to practice your profession under law. And I have no doubt, sir, I have no doubt that any higher tribunal will find that the imposition of this requirement that you prove to government that you've paid your taxes or else you can't work would be found, sir, to be unlawful and a contravention of your fundamental human rights.
In other news, workers at the Barbados Investment Development Corporation were off the job again today. They are protesting management's decision to send 13 of their colleagues on early retirement leave. David Paris is a human resource manager working at BIDC for the past 15 years and was one of those given his working papers. He described the move as simply disrespectful. The workers' bargaining agent, the National Union of Public Workers, has vowed to take action if the matter is not addressed quickly. To sum off the field sports news now, the former president of the Barbados Football Association breaks his silence on the ongoing FIFA corruption, declaring that his hands are clean. Ronald Jones, who has declined to comment on the May 27 indictment of former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner and 8 other top soccer officials, which included CONCACAF President Jeffrey Webb, made it clear that he has nothing to fear. The Education Minister made the comments in his contribution to the budget last evening.
One thing I know is I know myself. I know myself. I know myself. And I can assure the approaching 9,000 constituents, voting constituents, more than that, because you have, the under 18s, that this representative they've elected on 3 occasions, I will do it on the 4th if I run. That no man, woman, KGB, CIA, FBI, the Criminal Investigations Department of the Royal Barbados Police Force will have me in chains. So I fear none of them. The person I fear is only God.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Anytime. This is Raspilly, I'm well versatile. Anytime me drop, me drop it in a style. Whether raga soca or whether broke wine, the girls then come to me because they know me have the style. Whoopax, you don't know Raspilly the place.
Yeah, people, long time now you want to be a superstar, and right now you got the chance. Because Barbados today got their superstar crop over competition. All you gotta do is write your lyrics, set up your video, send it into them, and you got a chance to win up to $15,000 in prizes. You know that easy. Whoopax! Yes, I go on Facebook, Barbados Today /Facebook. You go check it out. People got to think they're rolling for you. So do your thing. You don't know. Whoopax! Yes, I.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To regional happenings now, nurses at Guyana's Georgetown Hospital go on the picket line over what they say was the unfair dismissal of the Director of Nurses Services. We get more in this report from Royston Drakes of Capital News.
The nurses said Hicks was one who would stand up for her rights, and she was no pushover.
Claimed she was dismissed for insubordination. We don't know when she was insubordinate.
She should be in the hospital and we're not moving. If the push us more, we would go in front of the office of the president.
Hicks then addressed the nurses, and she reminded them that the time has come to lift the standard of nursing in Guyana.
And finally, on the international scene, Charleston police are on the hunt for Dylan Roof, who was said to be responsible for last night's shooting at a church that left 9 people dead.
And it is unfathomable that somebody in today's society would walk into a church when people are having a prayer meeting and take their lives.
And that's our afternoon updates, but you can join us again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Channel 101 online TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.